and summarize the dire straits of the real estate market. As Jerry was pointing out, reports on real estate suggest there are few buyers out there. Sales are 1.3% below where they were in the same time in 2024. Realtor.com says 7 out of 10 home buyers are priced out of the market. Mansion Global host Katrina Campins joins me now. The real estate market is in the doldrums. Do you see any signs of life?
Thanks for having me, Stuart, and hi, Jerry. So, you know what, Stuart, the U.S. housing market is facing a housing affordability crisis, and it's not just about mortgage rates. We don't have enough homes at affordable prices. Inventory is tight, prices remain stubbornly high, and new construction is bogged down by zoning restrictions and endless red tape. President Trump has made it clear he's ready to take action. While housing policy is mostly set at the local and state level, President Trump could use the power of the presidency not to overreach, but to lead. By declaring a national housing emergency, President Trump can spotlight the issue and put maximum pressure on state and local governments to reform outdated zoning laws, cut permitting delays, and accelerate home construction. Costs tied to permits, zoning, and government approvals make up nearly 24% of a new home's sale price. And for multifamily, that number is 40.6% of total costs. Think of it as President Trump using his power to break through bureaucratic gridlock. But it's not just about influence. There are a few real federal tools that Trump can use to make an immediate impact. For instance, starting with capital gains reform. Right now, homeowners who sell their primary residence can exclude up to $500,000 in profits from taxes if they're married, or $250,000 if they're single. The problem is that cap hasn't changed, Stuart, since 1997, and home prices have more than doubled since then. So in a city like Miami, $500,000 in gains is not unusual, but because of the outdated cap, many longtime owners are choosing not to sell because they'd face a huge tax bill. That would be unlocking up inventory that could otherwise be on the market, and Trump could fix that. Also, by indexing capital gains exclusion to inflation, that limit could be raised closer to 1 million, freeing up homes, encouraging downsizing, and making it easier for young families to buy. Lowering mortgage rates alone won't fix housing, but it'll create demand, and then we have to fix the supply issue with more homes, more options, and more affordability. And if anyone understands housing, it's Trump. And I am very bullish about him being able to do something to really encourage change in the housing market.
Katrina, some of New York City's richest developers and landlords are convening to support Andrew Cuomo for mayor in an attempt to defeat Zohran Mamdani. If Mamdani wins, what do you think happens to housing prices in New York City?
Oh my God, it would be an absolute disaster. Florida would be happy because everybody would be coming to Florida, but I would be extremely sad for New York. I do believe that New York developers mobilizing is a good thing because it shows that they're willing to fight back against policies that could choke development, stall projects, and deepen the housing crisis. Real estate is New York's tax engine, funding schools, police, and infrastructure. So if building stops, the entire city suffers. By pushing back, developers not only are protecting investment and jobs, but also ensuring that new housing supply can come online. Something the city desperately needs. Their mobilization is also a signal of confidence that New York is still worth fighting for. And I get chills as I say that, but it's just so incredibly powerful to hear them finally fight back. The outcome will have national implications, since what happens in New York often sets the tone for other major cities. If Mamdani gets elected, Stuart, this could be the last election that the people of New York see. So it's really time for them to stand behind and they have a very short amount of time to do so. So glad to hear they're getting together.
Quite dramatic, Katrina. Thanks very much for being with us, and we'll see you again real soon.